Now, today on the show, Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, HURIWA, faults Southeast governors over insecurity and leadership vacuum. Kaduna State Governor Ubasani leads governors, federal officials in defending President Tinubu's reform agenda, praises him for supporting the northern Nigerian environment, and says long-standing issues like insecurity, poverty, and educational deficit predate his administration and should not be solely blamed on him. And later on in the show, we'll share this with you. Ghanaians insist Nigerians must leave their land. They protest alleged prostitution, ritual killings. But let me announce I'm hanging out with the one, the only Babajide Kolade Utitoju, BKO, team leader. BKO, I greet you.
Good afternoon, Citizen Jones. Good afternoon, viewers.
Yeah. We are joined by the proud Ekiti son again. Adewale Adeoye is here.
Good evening, senior citizen.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, viewers.
All right, then. The team is ready. I hope you are. Let's go. Okay, our first story. You know, generally speaking, a send-forth or send-off is a celebration of or event to mark someone's departure, often from a job or institution. For the exceptional class of 2025 at the Peaklane College International at Akute in Ogun State, it was time to roll out the drums at the send-forth ceremony. The class had rewritten the JAM 2025 examination with the same resounding success. The school authorities said, "We are over the moon. Can you stop them?" Now, let's share the story with you. Here is Inyoluwa Bukwala with the details. Let's go there.
A defining milestone, a proud farewell. Peaklane Secondary School has graduated over 100 students, celebrating not just academic achievement, but the spirit of resilience and growth. Clad in flowing robes and beaming with excitement, the students march in with jubilation, ready to bid farewell to a school that had become home. The atmosphere was electric, especially with family, friends, and faculty gathered in one accord to honor the class of 2025, a cohort described as focused, fearless, and full of promise. The students show off their dancing skills as they thank God for 6 years of learning, late night and life lessons within and beyond the classroom. The keynote speaker then gave them advice as they journey through life.
Here's some specific advice for your journey. Set clear and meaningful goals that inspire you each day. Reflect regularly, right, on your progress, celebrating small victories, and then build confidence. And then finally, I say, as you step into the next chapter, remember that life's most meaningful lessons often come from managing this ivory tower without skills. It is the moment of independence that you discover your true strength and resilience.
As the school choir leads the students and guests in hymns, it brings a reflection about the next phase of their lives. The school's principal also praised the students for pushing through challenges and rising above distractions to reach this pivotal moment. They were not just leaving school, they were stepping into the world, equipped and empowered.
They did very well in all their exams. They are exceptional, they are brilliant, and they are calm, level-headed. We've been able to walk into their life, mold them, and get them shaped to actually face future challenges.
A moment of reflection was also led by a respected clergyman who charged the student to hold fast to their values. He urged the student to also surrender all to God and maintain a personal relationship with Him.
They must understand that for them to be able to coast through life and arrive at where they might have dreamed to be, they must be able to have capacity to weather through both the bad and the good. And the only way that can happen is for them to link up with the person that created life, the one that created the world, the one that controls the timings in the world, and his name is God. The more they are in tandem with him, the more the one that created times can secure them no matter what they go through.
Now it was time for the awards, the moment they were all waiting for. There were tears and cheers as academic awards were handed out. Students who had excelled in leadership, art, science, among other subjects, received special recognition. Tolu Walashe, who was the best graduating student, won about 10 awards.
I won 10 awards, man. And I know that since hard work pays, I'll continue to be hardworking. And I also want to thank God for granting me the grace to be able to receive so many awards, for granting me the grace to be successful in my secondary school life. And I pray it's going to continue to help me as I go into my university.
I'm very happy, but I'm also sad to leave our teachers and my students behind. But I'm very ecstatic about today. I got to interact with a lot of people very freely, so I made a lot of friends and I learned service, humility, a lot of values too. And I also, I don't know, it was a very fun experience for me basically.
I've learned a lot from here. Whether sometimes we have issues, we learn how to face those issues in Peaklane. We're not just pushed in one direction, we're allowed to show how we are. So I think Peaklane allowed me to discover myself to a reasonable point.
Another student described the journey as tough but transforming, thanking the teachers for their patience and the parents for their unwavering support.
Very excited to finally leave and be more free. I'm going to put in more hard work than I did here, but I know it's going to be more difficult there, so I'm going to put in more hard work.
For many parents, it was a moment of deep pride, the reward for years of sacrifice and shared efforts. One of the parents thanked the school for a job well done.
My son has done very well, and I am completely indebted to the teachers that are in this school because I know that he's really improved since he's been here. And I can look to the future with renewed hope, based on the fact that he's had the privilege of solid upbringing in this place. And I know that that's the way other parents feel, and that's why so many of us parents are here today to rejoice with the management of the school. It's 25 years of pursuit of excellence, and I can say that the sky is the target for the school.
The students give their final song expressing how 6 years in Peaklane has impacted them. As the ceremony comes to a close, applause echoed across the school grounds, signaling the beginning of new stories. From curious learners to confident leaders, the class of 2025 leaves Peaklane not just with certificates, but with character. Inulua Popola, TVC News, Lagos.
All right, BKO, gentlemen, you know, an educationist said years ago, and this statement cannot be lost on me, that the best 5 years of one's life are those spent at college. Because college is where you have your nickname, make your lifelong friends, not at university.
Yes.
So catching them,
your character is effectively shaped.
That's it.
While in secondary school.
Yeah.
I was happy to listen to that cleric, a very brilliant cleric that came to admonish the students about how to navigate through life's
stormy waters.
And he was saying that, look, you have to work in tandem with God, and that when you are close to God, it helps you to defeat the challenges that will come your way.
Yeah.
And I have to say that this is the best set in the history of the school in terms of their brilliance. They've never had a crop of students as brilliant as this. Before now,
I
think 2 years ago, they had a very good set. But these ones, they broke all records. And out of a little over 100
students graduating. 16 of them scored more than 300 in JAMB.
Wow.
One of them...
Even though they were rewriting the exam?
No, not really. Not everybody was rewriting.
Okay.
That's not true. A few of them were affected by the glitch.
The glitch, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the head boy.
Okay.
The head boy, Abara George, you know, he initially did badly. But people said, no, not this boy.
Something must be wrong.
Clearly one of the best in the school.
Okay.
Then, when JAMB gave a second chance, Abara George scored 362.
Wow.
Yes, and it was the second best result in the school. And so some of them, like my own son, was not affected by that problem. And he also scored above 300. So I'm happy that JAMB gave a second chance to people.
All right.
So because people didn't believe that Abara George, who also scored the highest in the SAT exam, he led the school in the SAT exam with, I think, 1,450. You know, he led the school. The SAT exam is an international exam that enables students to access scholarship when they get to the US and all that. So he led the school in that. So for that kind of boy to score below 200, people could not believe it. You know, because some schools were affected in Lagos and Ogun State. And this school is in Ogun State. So by the time he sat for it a second time, he angrily scored 362. So they are set, you can see that the principal described them as exceptional because there are so many brilliant guys. But Tolu, Claire de Adejumo Tolu, who aspires to be a civil engineer like his dad, got 10 awards on the day. And it was really, really remarkable. But we also have people like Moyeni Kende, Busari Miriam, Moren, Winston, Justin, Odige, Wande Kuti, Titoju Fisayomi, Abara George, Idris Dotun. That was one boy that I like so much, and Meleki. Brilliant boys. That set, I'm looking forward to their performance in the school certificate exam, WAEC, because I know a lot of them will do exceptionally well. And I want to see where the students end up. You know? I'll be interested in monitoring their progress, especially the exceptionally good ones amongst them, you know, to see where life leads them. So congratulations to the school for the great feat achieved by the best set in the history of the school.
Well, you know, things like this will gladden the mind. You know, you look, if it was your school, you feel 10 foot taller.
I'm really happy for one thing that, you know, TVC decides to focus on them. It's not every time that we focus on politicians and what they have achieved, the roads and bridges. There are also people, future leaders, you know, who are making striking contributions, who are building, you know, future monuments for our great country. And I think we may not have gold and money to give to them. The best thing we can do is to recognize their contributions, recognize their efforts, their resilience, and then showcase their achievements to the world to see.
Obviously.
I can tell you that many people will appreciate this, apart from people in that school, also other students all over the world, that people take note of the contributions that they are making, you know, their efforts, and other students in that school. I believe because of the fact that they can even bring them here for people to see, it will inspire them to read more and to ensure that the world also recognizes them. And
in conclusion, let me say this. I'm sure we all know this. Nobody gets educated at school. You only get taught. They say when you leave school, what you do with what you were taught constitutes your education.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
That's what makes you a wholesome human.
That's it. So congratulations to Peaklane College. We identify with your success story. Okay, to our next story. You know, nothing, it is said, succeeds like success. It is also a subjective and multifaceted concept for achieving an unassailable 10th win in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, or WAFCON, competition with the Super Falcons. Now, the coach of that team and proud Adamawa son, Julius Madugu, has been rewarded by the state government. An elated Governor Ahmadu Fintiri gifted the sweat merchant a 3-bedroom bungalow and 50 million naira in cash for the remarkable feat. The gesture, one can conclude, is changing the narrative concerning national enterprise and reward system, Wale.
Each state out of the 36 states of the country has potentials.
Oh, yeah.
Adamawa has brought hope to Nigerians, has brought glory to Nigeria, has brought glory to Africa. So I'm really glad that the governor, recognizes that there's a need to, appreciate what he did for all of us. Because there were 2 goals down, people have given up. Given up hope.
Well, I angrily went to bed.
Yeah, but second half, they bounced back. So I'm happy, and I'm also glad that the governor is able to recognize him. It means that apart from the recognition showered on them by the federal government, these states can also make their own contributions to show that they also value these individuals. Yeah. And I also believe that this shouldn't be the end. What the state did to him should inspire him to do more, build more academy of sports specifically for women, so that apart from conquering Africa in the future, we can also conquer the world.
Yeah. Because, the opinion is divided on this. I'm sure you know this already, on the gift, on the reward given these girls. But again, national enterprise and reward system in my country, this is the 10th. It's unassailable for me. I dare any country to try it.
Oh, it's not an easy feat, and I'm happy that the governor deemed it fit to honor Justin Madugu, who hails from Noman in today's Adamawa State. You see, every man thrives based on his destiny. He was an assistant coach, and right now he's even an interim coach.
Okay.
He's interim coach for the national team. He's not substantive coach. Yet he was able to defeat a World Cup winner, the coach of the Spanish national team.
Yeah.
He defeated him in the final. Yes, many Nigerians wrote him off. They felt that he was not good enough. But this man has been in the national team setup since 2012. So he has experience.
Okay.
He's been assistant coach when the Falcons won the trophy in 2016 and 2018. He was also assistant coach to the American Randy Waldrum, who was coach of the team from 2019 to 2024. And in the absence of the American, he handled the team, took them to the Olympic qualifiers against Ethiopia. He has a CAF A and B licenses. He has a master's degree in psychology and sports management from El Roa University in London. So he's not someone who was not prepared for this position. And I believe that the best we can do is to let him take that job in substantive capacity, since he has shown that he could do it. Yes, his time may be unorthodox, people may see him as old-fashioned, but what matters is the result.
The man does not laugh.
Yes, he frowns his face, all the time. But look,
inside of him,
he understands it's not everyone who can handle women. It's not every male coach that can excel as coach of a women's football team. Because their psychology, you can make up is different. You have to be very careful. And for him to have done that for some time, coaching a club in Nasarawa State, and then go to the national team and delivered. This team, because our team was aging, but you can see how he's trying to freshen up the team, bringing in young players. And
the changes he effected in the second half did the magic.
Yes, because 2 of those guys shouldn't even have been benched in the first place, because you can see our midfield was non-existent.
Okay.
But the moment he made those changes,
yeah,
and from the left side, the left of our defense, they were terrorizing the white girl.
Plumter.
Because the girl who used to play from that side was kept on the bench. But the moment the coach brought her in, all of that harassment stopped because they now had to deal with the threat from that side. So you can see that Plumter enjoyed a very good second half based on the changes. And by the 64th minute, we started mounting a fight back and we were able to take the trophy. I still think that this team will still dominate Africa for some time because all of the teams that defeated us in the last championship, we defeated them this time around. Talking about Morocco, talking about South Africa.
Okay, especially
we defeated all of the teams. Zambia, we see the way we defeated Zambia. People we didn't expect it. So the future is bright, and I'm happy that the coach has been rewarded. He even got a traditional chieftaincy title.
Oh, yeah, in his domain.
Whatever comes his way,
it's fitting.
He thoroughly deserved it. So that is...
While a little bit of history. One great chairman of the old NFA, Sunday Dakaro, was also from Adamawa State.
Yeah. It shows clearly that, Adamawa has a lot of, football potentials.
And as I said, look, the coach Adamawa, but you had sprinklings of girls from north, south, west.
Imo State alone had 6 girls in that team. And Hope Uzodinma hosted them. Somebody thought Hope merely hosted Igbo girls. That was not the case. He hosted people from his state. The same way that we've seen others do. I saw Governor Adeleke call Rashidat to greet her because as captain of the team, she's from Osun State and she led the team to glory. So there is nothing on trying to ethnicize the team and making it look like, oh, Hope honored only Igbo people. People should look for information. If you don't have it, you don't have to dress down people. So even the assistant coach and Chejinem is also from that state.
Okay.
So and of course the Southwest was also well represented in this team. In every department of the team, you had people from the South. So it's a very good balance. In terms of the ethnicities of the guests.
Good. Otherwise, standing together, we can overcome.
Sure.
Yeah. To our next story, let me state that the two-wheeled motor vehicle offering a compact and agile form of transportation, often with better fuel efficiency than cars, is the motorcycle. They vary in types based on their design and intended use. Now, the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, specifically the Foreign Trade in Good Statistics, has revealed that as much as 146.1 billion naira has been spent on motorcycle importation in the first 3 months of 2025. The bulk of these imported cycles, filled with auxiliary motor, petrol fuel, and the 50 to 250 cc capacity engine, came from India. Ours is to give context to this development, BKO.
Yes, it's significant because in the same period last year, we imported 117.46 billion worth of motorcycles. You can see that this is a significant improvement from 117.46 billion to 146 billion. And this is also coming in spite of the fact that states are banning the use of motorcycles on their highways, on many, in fact, some have banned them outright. In Kano, you can only ride a bike if you are the only one, which means it's your own personal.
You don't carry
commercial motorcycling is banned since the Boko Haram era in Kano State, because Boko Haram used to use motorcycles for for murdering people and then getting away. Yes, something similar to drive-by shooting. They were using it, so government had to say, okay, we are banning Okada. And in Kano, so if you want to move around, you use the
even Lagos
you use
here.
the tricycles.
Lagos here.
Lagos in many parts, especially on the highways.
Yeah,
they've been banned. But in some communities where you really don't have taxis and buses,
yeah,
they are still being used to move people.
They're useful,
especially in the rural areas. Now, the significant thing is, in spite of the ban, more and more people are buying motorbikes. And the reason is a lot of artisans, people who trained to be tilers, to be painters, they are, even for organizers, they are now resorting to motorcycle riding
as a means
for
of
money. Commercial motorcycling is what they've chosen. They've left their own original trade to now take to riding Okada. And that's why many people, when they want to build houses, they go and bring people from Togo, people from Benin Republic. Our own people is a big problem. Apart from motorcycle riding that our people are taking to, POS business. Everybody wants to do POS business.
Almost every street.
Everybody wants to do POS business now. Because what's the point? You are buying money. You are selling money to people. It was during the, 2 years ago, during the Naira scarcity that this thing boomed. But now it has come to stay. People rather do that now than wait endlessly for jobs that are not there. So, and we have assembly plants here. For motorcycles, but a lot of them are not patronized. Bandits. This is their major means of navigating the forest.
That's it.
Bandits can move on the Honda bike is their favorite. They can move from Niger to Zamfara. You can imagine how big it is. Move from Niger to Zamfara on bike. And even sometimes, when you have about 100 of them invading a place, they will kidnap people and move them on those bikes. So there is demand, and a lot of the demand is from these bandits. Because whether we like it or not, banditry has become a big, big business in our country. Something that we have to do something about. So in the first quarter of 2023, the importation bill on motorcycles was 38.5 billion. But it reduced in the second quarter, to 31.2 billion. And then it rose to 96.1 billion in the third quarter, while it came to 84.9 billion in the fourth quarter. In total, 251 billion naira was spent on motorcycle importation in 2023. So, there's a trend that we have established here. People are buying motorcycles. Some of them will give to someone to ride. Do you know that some of those motorcycles make money more than even buses? Commercial buses. I'm telling you.
Short shuttles and so on.
Yes. We take 500 naira in some cases. You are back, you take another person. So people are investing in them, buying them, and then handing over to those who will ride. The person riding will then give you an agreed sum of money at the end of every day. So some people now would rather invest, buy like 10, give them out, to people to ride on their behalf, and then make returns. So this is why the motorcycles have become really indispensable in our country, especially in the semi-rural and rural areas.
Wale, we can talk about the European countries. Many of them, the bike is like a veritable alternative, in nearby Benin here, there's a track for motorcyclists. So the bike has come to stay here.
Well,
so it seems.
It's a very unfortunate thing, because you have to look at the negative and positive aspects. Like Babagide said, we are losing our artisans, to the drive for quick money. I want to be Okada rider. I know I can make about 5,000 naira, 3,000 a day. And I think even now we have about 3 organizations that are registered, associations of Okada riders. That shows that it has been legitimized. I know that Okada as a means of transport was not a popular thing in Nigeria. In Calabar in those days, they used to call it akauke.
When we started it, you people were laughing at
laughing at other, but it has become a so I think one of the reasons is also because the poor transportation system, railway systems, especially in rural areas, you know, for agricultural products, inaccessible areas, difficult terrain. So a lot of people need to resort to motorcycles. I'm really worried about the impact it's having on our artisans, because artisans play a very important role, in developing the economy. Just like I said, if you are looking for bricklayers now, you go and pick Togolese. It's not as if they are better than us in terms of skill, but our people are just not available to do the job. People who are into tailoring, they abandon it because they go into Okada. So I think we need to look at this issue critically and see how much money we are spending to import motorcycles.
This is in the hope that we are not too far from home.
Yeah, so if we are able to even have the industry here, or invest this money in other more decent form of transport, I think it will be a very. And these days now, even though states are facing out Okada riders, you are also seeing emergence of courier services who employ courier, to transport mails and all sort of things. So I think
the delivery system too.
Yeah, so I think we need to look at our transportation system. I don't think on the long run that is good for us. If you go to Igbobi orthopedic hospital, you see people who are victims of, so it's not the best way for us to address our. So I hope in the future, the government will look at this.
It's supposed to be a kind of stopgap.
A stopgap. It shouldn't be a permanent thing that we should not, be part of integrity into our transport system.
And they are very reckless.
Very reckless.
They have what my boss, Dakwalon Yomi, called a laissez-faire attitude to life.
Yeah.
Especially the ones in Kano. But Kano now is been banned. If anybody told me that Okada could be banned in Kano, I would have argued. But they banned it, and the ban has come to stay. Because outside Lagos, no place in Nigeria had the number of Okada that we had in Kano. Yes, at a point they even had far more than Lagos.
Wow.
But suddenly it was banned in response to the threat from Boko Haram. It has come to stay, and we've seen other states too, many states too, have banned it. Even in the southeast. I don't think Okada should be a permanent thing, But just as Fashola said back then, he said he will only implement a law. He said he will only be happy to come with a law that he's sure can be implemented. If anyone gets up today to say, oh, Okada, we are going to ban you from every part of Lagos,
of course it will not work. Gradual.
It will not work.
It's a gradual thing.
It's a gradual thing.
And of course, a replacement.
And you can replace them with taxes.
That's it.
That was what your former governor Akpabio did back then. He bought beautiful looking taxes for them, and he replaced them with replaced Okada with those taxes. Today,
but now tricycles have taken over.
Yes,
that's an advancement on autocycles.
On Okada, of course. They call them in some parts of Southeast Asia. They are still popular. They call them motorcycle taxi. That's what they call them, motorcycle taxi. But for us, if not for the difficulty in accessing some communities, I don't think we would have had to use Okada in the first place.
All right, so
it provides employment for a lot of our people.
And engagement. Employment and engagement too.
Yes, and that's why you cannot push too hard. Because those guys will say, no, they don't like us.
Even some civil servants, policemen and soldiers, after work, that's what they do.
Yes.
To augment their living.
Reminds me of a slogan during late President Muhammadu Buhari's first coming, when the war against indiscipline targeted bribery. A policeman say, they tell the policeman, don't chop bribe. He say, okay, if I no chop, how I go chop? So the replacement, yes, it should come, but then it should be a phased thing, The replacement will be there. And the Nigerian sees this replacement is
a strategy.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's go to the next story. You know, in a peculiarly critical environment like ours, an attempt to depart from constitutionally imposed tenure for a public official would attract criticisms from all around. But when a national students' body hails Mr. President for extending a public official's tenure, like the Customs Comptroller General, you are admiringly surprised. The National Association of Polytechnic Students, NAPS for short, has commended the #1 citizen for approving a 1-year extension for Customs Comptroller General Bashir Adewale Adeniyi. NAPS says the move is a bold statement in support of performance-driven leadership. Shall we underline that? Performance-driven leadership.
Yes. You know, we discussed this some time ago, even before the extension came, the kind of progress that the customs has seen under Bashir Adewale's leadership. How do you assess the customs? It's in terms of the revenue that they bring in. And in that area is shown so brightly. And it was a very good decision to zero in on someone from within the system. You can see he understands the system. He is the longest serving customs spokesperson of all time.
Oh yeah, I remember his days in Lagos.
He understands
the
customs.
Dynamics.
He knows what to do to get the best out of his people. And they are saying now that he has concentrated on training and retraining, research and development. It helps because at the end of the day, you have the kind of manpower that you can bank on.
Yeah.
And in terms of transition, managerial transitions, once you train your staff adequately, you will not lose sleep over transition because you know that you are already building a crop.
The transition will be smooth.
Yes, you are building a crop of qualitative staff that can take over from the retiring ones and all that. So they are they are commending him for what he has done in the area of training and even the welfare of custom staff. Custom staff who have exited customs or those who died in active service because they lose their lives sometimes in the hands of smugglers. Adewale does not want to hear that somebody's entitlements have not been paid. Once he hears that, he responds immediately. And these are the things that have endeared him to our people. And I'm happy that the president took that decision so that he can do his best, make even more progress before a proper transition happens. Many people will say, oh, why are they doing that? It will not allow younger people to climb. But there's nothing wrong in it, especially since it's a short extension. So during this period, the president will be able to find...
It is not renewing a tenure.
No. So it's just, you say, because they need to look at your age, look at how many years
that's it
you are put into the service, and they will not want to unnecessarily extend a tenure. It's just a short one, and I believe that during this period, the president can find the right person to take over from him. But he's done a very good job. I have friends in the customs that I talk to from time to time, and they attest to the fact that it was a good decision that the president made at that time, coming from the background of someone who was in the army, who was brought in to head the customs. They didn't really like that idea. You know, as you can see, one of their own is in charge now, and progress is being made. Just look at the revenue that the customs has generated in Adewale's time, and you will see why the president has been reluctant to replace him.
Let me tease you. Is it correct to say, therefore, that late Ondo chief, Alex Akinyele, who was in customs, if you remember, would have trained, he was a spokesman for customs, if you remember. The current CG would have worked under him.
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no information, but I know that he's the longest serving.
All right.
Customs spokesperson. That's because he was doing a good job.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the Omoluabi ethos, when you meet him, you see that he embodies the Omoluabi ethos.
Okay.
That is not just a good officer, but a good gentleman.
Good nature, too.
So, it helps. Yeah. What it does is people will want to jump in and help you to succeed. They will not want you to fail.
Wale, but even as we've spoken nicely, but you know, there's cynicism.
Yeah.
Cynics would rather look at the other side of the coin.
A good leader should be assertive, and he should do what is in the best interest of the country, and then what also satisfies your conscience, good conscience.
Yeah.
I've never met the customs boss before, but I'm impressed by his records. I spent just less than 3 years, and the revenue has, look at 2024, 6 trillion. The target was 5.08 trillion.
Yeah.
But it was surpassed by 20%. You know, they made 6.1 trillion. He set up one platform called Odogu for indigenous. They were able to earn about 31 billion, within a very short time. And then when you are talking about honesty in terms of dealing with crime, I think they seized about 900 firearms, about 113,000 ammunitions. And then shipment of illegal wildlife. They've about 79 ships, which has never happened in the history of this country. And I think the world is also watching him. That was why he was made the DG of World, Council of Customs, which
World Customs
Organization. And this is an organization that is about 70-something years old. 70-something years old. Coming to Africa to pick such a person to lead a global organization of about 186 custom administrators. So I think that when you have this kind of person, it's not fair to just say, okay, his tenure has expired, then let him go. You have to also ensure that how will even those who just elected him feel, that will not even allow him to spend some time before. So I think it's in order to...
All right. So our business, as I told you at the beginning, dear viewer, is to give context to these issues where they come.
Let me just mention a few things.
Okay.
They said some of the game-changing achievements recorded by him and the extension is meant to help him consolidate ongoing reforms and complete the initiatives that he came up with. And this includes modernization of the customs service, implementation of the National Single Window Project, and Nigeria's obligation under the African Continental Free Trade Area Protocol. So there's a lot of work to do. It's started well, and the president knows that if he's afforded a little more time, he'll be able to consolidate on the successes that he has recorded, and then a proper transition can happen.
I guess we can draw a parallel here with the game of soccer. You don't necessarily change a winning team.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so here we are. CG, we wish you well. We wish you well. Now, we are going on a commercial break, but please stay with us. This is still Journalists Hangout on a Sunday.
In the beating heart of Owerri, business never sleeps. From sunrise to sundown, the wheels keep turning. And behind the scenes, vision meets action. Governor Hope Uzodima's leadership has turned manifestos into reality, transformations that feels like a miracle. But progress needs peace, and in Imo, it's not left to chance. From land to sky to river deep, Guardians are watching, protecting dreams and opportunity. At Orashi's quiet shore, hydropower is rising, set to energize a growing economy. The change is visible. New roads emerge, industry hums, communities come alive. At the center, a digital revolution. 500,000 young minds trained each year to build the future. As Orashi rises, so does Imo and the hopes of a hard-working people. A new Imo is on the rise.
In the heart of Africa's largest economy, a silent transformation is unfolding. At the center of it all is Konga Group, an ecosystem of innovation, commerce, and capability.
Our goal was simple, yet ambitious: to build robust infrastructure that simply connects our customers and our merchants, offering our customers greater variety while creating wealth and new opportunities for our merchants.
Our energy isn't just tech, it's about national execution every day.
Konga Health, where science meets beauty.
We are the engine behind Konga's nationwide delivery power.
We are redefining commerce in Nigeria, connecting millions of buyers and sellers through a secure, trusted, and scalable marketplace.
Konga Corporates serves the needs of corporates, delivered at the right price, at the right time, with peace of mind.
Konga Pay, a fintech built on integrity for seamless transactions for merchants and everyone.
Konga Radio and TV, connecting brands to their target audience and markets.
With Konga, what can't you do? Konga Group, the e-commerce group you trust.
There is always more to a story than the screaming headline. The part of a story that is not told casts a shadow. It's like the part of an object that is not reached by light. On TVC News, I'm able to explore the many angles there are to a story, talking to stakeholders, asking the difficult questions, and digging for facts. I believe the viewers are able to make a better decision if they're well informed and understand not just a part, but the complete story. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Okay, folks, welcome back. Now let's go to our next story. You know, the need to create and improve basic physical and organizational structures in any jurisdiction cannot be overemphasized. Tangible components like roads, bridges, and the rest make money enterprise worth its while. Kogi State Hemsman Usman Ododo, that is the governor, was full of praise for the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, for his visionary approach to his assignment. The governor reached this conclusion after inspecting the Abuja-Lokoja Highway project. It can only get better. But then let's share this story by our own Michael Ilah. Let's go there.
Markets, factories to ports. The Abuja-Lokoja Highway serves as an artery between northern and southern Nigeria. The highway links farms to markets, factories to ports, and cities to the heart of Nigeria's capital. For years, this critical stretch bore the weight of the nation, from small cars to heavy-duty trucks, its weary condition telling a story of neglect by past administrations. Today, that story is changing. At the heart of this transformation is the rehabilitation of the road with reinforced concrete pavement technology, a shift from traditional asphalt to the surface designed to last for over 50 years. These roads are reinforced with steel bars, crushed stone aggregates, and high-grade cement, promising a future with fewer repairs, heat resistance, and ability to withstand heavy traffic pressure.
There's no need of building a road that when the flood comes, people cannot pass. So we're going to be looking at the flood level and then raise the route to that level by using returning wall, and then fill the road with sharp sand, and then do our concrete on it, and that will be a permanent solution to the road.
While on an official trip to Abuja, Governor of Kogi State Usman Ododo inspected ongoing works at the Cotton-Karfe axis of the road. He commended President Bola Tinubu and the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, for their dedication to transforming the crucial highway. He said the efforts reflect collaboration between federal resolve and state support aimed at delivering infrastructure that will serve generations.
And to also appreciate Mr. President, our father, for his love for the integrity of this country, and I want to appreciate the Minister for what His Excellency will do by me for the good job doing here. This was a road a minister in this country, a judge, want to be economically viable. And today, thank God, Mr. President saw it, and the minister is in with him that this road is economically viable as far as this country is concerned. Because this is the only road that connects the north and south. This is one of the coalition. Yes, sir. Yes, we are talking about coalition. When we are talking about coalition, this is coalition of Mr. President. Those people shouting coalition, ask them to define their own coalition. Yes. I want to appreciate you. I think this is another source of means of livelihood.
With critical sites such as the Abuja-Kaduna-Kano Road, East-West Road, Enugu-Port Harcourt Road, Benin-Warri Road, Akure-Ado-Ekiti Road, Lagos-Calabar Road, among others, commuters say President Tinubu's infrastructure drive is embracing rigid pavement technology nationwide, reflecting his people-driven philosophy. Michael Ila, TVC News.
Many thanks, Michael. BKO, but you know, each time we talk about your state in the last few weeks, we are talking about a governor that's doing his work. And we just talked about governance. It is not rocket science, you know, charting a course and following
yes.
it.
And of course, if you travel from Abuja to Lokoja, one inescapable fact is the work going on that road.
That axis.
Especially the Kogi end.
Okay.
You will see, because the Kogi end was the very bad portion of that road. The FCT end stops around Abaji. Abaji is the border. Yes, the border community is about 1.5 hours. Yeah. It's 130 kilometers or so. That's the border between the FCT and Kogi State.
Okay.
That one was tolerable for some time, but the Kogi end was very bad. Now,
especially after the bridge?
Not after the bridge.
Okay.
I'm saying after Abaji. Abaji is the last community in FCT.
I know.
Yes. Then you enter Kogi State. So once you enter Kogi State, the road was very bad. And this road had been there. They've been trying to fix this road since the Obasanjo era.
Wow.
As civilian president. So, but we are seeing renewed impetus on that road now. The desire to fix that road is very apparent. The other day, Senator Judu passed through that place and he saw the work that was going on.
Yeah.
He came on Facebook to praise the minister. And then some people made an issue out of it that instead of praising the president, he's praising the minister. That was it not the president that appointed the minister? But that's not. Now look at it. See concrete.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's concrete cement technology that they want to use, which in their wisdom will make the roads to last. So from the picture that we saw, you see that they're already laying the reinforcement on the road. And after that, they'll put cement. If you look at the Obajana Kaba Road, that road is already more than 20 years. But it remains solid. And what that tells you is you don't need to every year go and do palliative work. If you deliver a very solid road, nobody needs
you can go to
palliative.
sleep.
Why not? Why don't we just spend good money, fix a road, and expect that in 2 years, in 5 years, people don't need to come back and spend money rehabilitating the same roads. You can see the concrete. They are standing on it.
Yeah.
You can see it. So I think the governor was impressed, just the same way Senator Judu was impressed that day. The governor was impressed. He now stopped by to commend the workers and to also commend the Minister of Works, Engineer Dave Umahi, whom, no matter, even if you don't like him, you must admit that he and Wike are big assets to this administration, and they are delivering on the mandate that they were given. That is the thing. We are expectant that this road will be completed soon, so that our people can enjoy good commuting from the Federal Capital Territory into Lokoja, the Kogi State capital.
Wally, and pictures don't tell lies.
Yeah. This road is not just for Kogi State alone. This road is the major link between
it's a cross-country
southern
road.
and northern Nigeria. It is the main artery, the heartbeat, of Nigerian trade, between the south and people bringing
if we
goods
consider that
from the north.
Kogi is central, about 10 states are linked to it.
If you can fix this road, it's going to have chain impact on all the 30 states of the Federation. But there's no state that does not commune with Abuja. This is just about 201 kilometers of road. And for many years, it has been a death trap. It was on this road, and in fact, bandits had, because of the, potholes and all that, the ambush. It was on this road that General Azan Ahmed was killed, former Provost General of Nigeria, Provost Macha of Nigeria. So it has consumed so many human lives because the roads are not good. People cannot drive, 100 kilometers per hour, 110 kilometers, 120 kilometers. So if this road is fixed, I don't know what past governments have been, what they were looking at, that they couldn't realize the strategic importance of this road. So I'm glad that the government is working on this. And I think if we are to look at one of the striking stars in this government, I think it's the Minister for Works. He has a good understanding of the layout of the country and the roads that are critical.
He showed it from his home state.
So I'm really glad that the president didn't make a wrong choice by picking him. If you fix this road, oh my God, now it takes about 3 hours, 4 hours, something that should just take about 1.5 hours, from Abuja to Lokoja. So I think it's a major achievement, and we just hope that they speed up the completion of the road.
Of course,
for the benefit of all of us in Nigeria.
The Minister of Works is versed. So he's
for him to even focus on this road is quite imaginative.
Well, our business is to highlight these things when they hit us. I rather like that. All right, let's take on the next issue. The human rights community in my country, your country, serves as an extrajudicial body that's concerned with safeguarding the human rights of the Nigerian population. The Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, HURIWA, every once in a while weighs in on human rights concerns in our country. The group has strongly criticized governors in the Southeast region over what it describes as a leadership vacuum amidst escalating bloodshed, ritual killings, and insecurity that are gradually turning the region into a war zone. Is anybody listening?
I agree with the position of the human rights group. The International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law said that between 2015 and 2024, 32,300 people, unarmed civilians, were either killed or kidnapped, within a period of about...
in the region?
In the region, less than 10 years. And that the Southeast is a major hub of commerce in Nigeria. So it's something that affects all of us. The Southeast states now, we can say, is under siege. A lot of people, I was in Asaba recently, and the hotel that I stayed, they told me that people are moving from Anambra to Delta State. Businessmen, they can no longer do their business any longer. Kidnapping, abduction, all sorts of things. In fact, from reports that we have, almost every day, at least 2 people are killed. In a region that has produced the first president of Nigeria, that has produced the second general of the Commonwealth, that has produced great men like Zeke, like Ojukwu, many of them like that. So this is a very bad thing that is going on. And on the Onitsha market, people used to come from all over West Africa, to come to Onitsha to buy goods, and then that cannot happen any longer. If you go to Jibowu now, where people travel overnight, in those days, we used to go there around 10 o'clock. It used to be fun, 10 p.m. And then by 4 a.m., you are in Onitsha or Enugu. That doesn't happen any longer. Even in those days, we used to go with one police patrol, I don't know. Now what they do is that when they go, they sleep, they stay at Ore, sleep over, and then move the second day. So if you are going to this, now probably we are going to be thinking of spending about maybe something that should have been about 7 hours. You may be spending almost a whole day, because of the crisis in that region. So it's affecting the economy, it's affecting our livelihood, it's affecting stability of the region. And I believe that the governors have a major role to play, in terms of bringing an end to this problem. The people have said that, look, the problems are caused by people are also from that area. We understand there are some herdsmen, that's a different problem on its own. But also people from there who are also involved in the killings so I think...
Have you heard of a group like the Unknown Gunmen?
Sure, Unknown Gunmen.
Are they, begs the question, are they really unknown?
Yeah, because we use the term unknown. Okay. So it means that there could be a combination of various interests, including third parties who want to blackmail, some certain forces. So since we use the term
make a capital out of it,
it's very difficult. But it's our response to unmask the unknown gunmen, because they have a place that they sleep, they have a place that they eat, they have a place that they work. So I think that means that community policing, community intelligence, people have information about these people. They may be afraid to give that information to the state government, but this is the response of the state government to cross that order, to ensure that you're able to break the barrier and get to know those that are responsible, and whatever means you can use to deal with this problem, either through negotiation or through confrontation. But I think it is getting out of hand, and unless we take a decisive action, it will affect the entire country in a bigger way.
Biko, the viewer would understand that Huriwa is the man anchoring this report is a proud son of the Southeast.
Yes, and I think the people of the Southeast should rise against the undesirable elements taking people's lives needlessly, as if they were involved in some form of sport. We must not politicize insecurity. If insecurity is rampant in the Southeast, the people who have the biggest voices, the loudest voices, they should be eager to talk about it and arrange and come together to find a solution. It has reached such an embarrassing point that political figures who are loud, who are always eager to talk about other things, will simply keep quiet about what is going on. It's irresponsible to keep quiet about the way people are being killed in the Southeast. And that's why I commend Huriwa. I may not always agree with them, but on this matter, Huriwa is right on the money. You can't keep taking people's lives in this manner. Look at a man popularly known as Fish Magnet.
Okay.
In Anambra State. His name is Ife Sinachi. So, yes. And they just abducted him in his house in Oka South local government area of Anambra State. Took him away in a late night attack and took his life. I still saw some of the young man's videos the other day, and everyone is complaining that why would they kill this guy, for God's sake? And there have been other attacks. Huriwa talked about at least 7 persons who were slaughtered in coordinated attacks on Ejeze, Umualoma, and Undiakwata Uno communities in Idiato North local government area of Imo State.
Okay.
Allegedly by suspected ESN operative. Then the massacre in Arondi Zwogo.
Yeah.
The attacks in Ehime, Mbano, all in Imo State, and the ritual killing of pregnant nurse in Anambra State. So they are saying these killings have to stop, and that the police must be on top of their game, find out, yes, this guy, the Ifesinachi, Ifemeludike, that is the... Ifemeludike, you know, that is the fish magnet. You see on YouTube, on Facebook, you see his videos. He has his fish farm, and he has very big fish, so he will display them and tell people. There was even on one occasion, he even said, VDM, I like what you are doing. I would like to present this big fish to you. How can a man hustling, trying to make ends meet, a man with a good voice on social media, how can he be just killed like that? You kidnap people, the next thing you just bring them back. And a lot of people pretend like these things are not happening. People should be free to move around in the Southeast. What are the governors doing? Or are they overwhelmed? Governors must, they must think outside of the box, and find a solution. What are they doing? They need to sit down and stop this embarrassment. The killing of people as if human beings don't matter in the Southeast, it has to stop. Whether they are ESN, whether they are IPOP, nobody has the right to take people's lives the way people's lives have been taken in the Southeast. It has reached that point now that people must talk. People must talk. It has to stop. People involved in their own hustle, you just take their lives. Look at another incident in Enugu involving a traditional healer, Obieze. You know? And after the decomposing corpses were discovered in his compound.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. He kidnapped a 13-year-old girl, and according to Hurima, has been quietly dismissed by state authorities.
And the 13-year-old girl blew the lead.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what Huriwa is saying is that the Southeast Governors Forum had failed to establish a regional security outfit similar to the Amotekun Corps.
Okay, yeah.
Which could have helped reduce these killings. Whether anybody likes it or not, the southwest of our country is the most secure geopolitical zone in Nigeria. This is the fact. I'm not saying kidnappings don't happen here, but you see every time the Americans issue travel advisory, they usually don't add the southwest. They don't add the southwest because they know that this is the most secure geopolitical zone in our country. If Lagos were to be in some geopolitical zone with its population, with the wealth creation that is happening here, honestly, we won't be able to count how many people get kidnapped.
Okay.
Honestly, we can't continue like this. Something must give. What are the governors doing? They need to come together across party lines and say, look, enough is enough, because it is possible, as you always say.
Do you consider this call by Huriwa a wake-up call?
It has to be. That's what it looks like, because Huriwa was forced to talk now, because we are not seeing what these people are doing. They have to take extraordinary steps. This is an unusual situation. The economy of the Southeast is hemorrhaging as a result of these killings. People are scared. People would rather relocate their businesses to neighboring states.
Wale just told us about Onitsha, Asaba. It's just the bridge that separates them.
Yes, the bridgehead.
The bridgehead, yeah.
Now people would rather send their children. Because I was in Asaba some time ago, and they told me, look, a lot of the houses have been bought by businessmen from Asaba.
Yeah.
You know?
No, Onitsha.
From Onitsha.
From Onitsha. They are relocating. They are sending their children to schools in Delta State, because these places are just not safe. You kidnap a House of Assembly member, the next thing, After they paid ransom, you take his life. One honorable justice.
Yeah.
They collected ransom, and they still took the man's life.
A judge was killed right in the courtroom, February 2023. A judge, the one he was presiding over, he went there, he was shot and killed.
And so nobody apprehended.
Nothing happened. So this should not continue. It's not a good thing at all. And I think the governors, even though there are limitations about the powers of the government in terms of security, but there are a lot of things you can do with your security vote, especially about intelligence gathering and nipping these problems.
Which is more like saying you can think out of the box.
Sure, you can think out of the box to deal with these problems. You know, so and
sorry, let's give it to him. God bless his soul. Arakunrin Akeredolu thought about Amotekun, and it caught like a wildfire.
Yeah, which actually, it started as a regional development agenda for Western Nigeria.
Yeah.
But all the governors accepted it. It was not as if federal government at that time wanted it, but they insisted that, look, this is what we want.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, the federal government had to allow them to go ahead.
Yeah.
Now they carry light weapons, and they are able to make a lot of contribution to intelligence gathering. And so this is the problem with armed struggle.
Yeah.
When you are having armed struggle without ideological clarity, the tendency that to be hijacked by all sorts of hoodlums, and it will get out of your hand if you are not careful. That's what we are seeing, in the Southeast. It's okay to agitate for self-determination, but when you resort to armed struggle, be aware of the dangerous consequences that you get out of control.
And the highest number of victims are your own people that you claim to be fighting for.
Children, women,
that
pregnant
cannot be
women,
sensible. That your own people are the biggest victims of a cause that you said you embarked on for their sake. How do you
rationalize that?
How do we reconcile that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's antithetical with common sense.
That's what I meant by the question. Is anybody listening? I hope they are.
But they have to listen, because we won't leave them alone if they don't listen.
Okay, to our next story. Supporting a first citizen, that's a Mr. President, can involve various actions depending on motivations and circumstances. Hear this one. Kaduna State Governor, His Excellency Uba Sani, has let it be known that President Bola Tinubu is the first Nigerian leader to offer true and direct support to subnational governments, especially in the wake of economic hardship. Governor Sani added that his intervention in northern Nigeria is legendary regarding issues that predate his administration. Let's share this story now. Lupa Asom is our third eye. Let's go there.
It was a gathering of some of the North's most influential voices, governors, ministers, and policymakers who converged on Kaduna for an interactive session on government-citizen engagement. Organized by the Sir Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation, the event was both a reflection on legacy and a reality check on the present. Governor Uba Sani believes President Bola Tinubu's promises were not campaign rhetorics, but solemn commitments now taking roots across northern Nigeria.
I am not sure if there's any governor in Nigeria that can come out and say that he can go against the president, because the president is doing to us what no president in the history of Nigeria have done for subnationals in terms of support. These improvements in insecurity, education, economic inclusion, health, infrastructure, and agriculture are not isolated intervention. They form a coherent vision of national renewal that President Tinubu champions through his Renew Hope agenda across the North. Infrastructure revert is underway.
He described key northern appointments in the federal government as strategic and purposeful, not symbolic. Governor Sani challenged critics to view the Tinubu's administration through the lens of inherited challenges, saying it is unfair to blame the president for crisis that predates his tenure.
The region has suffered from years of neglect, policy inconsistency, and weak governance structures. Blaming His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has barely been in office just 2 years ago, for the problem that have been festering for over 20 years or more, ignores the complex history and systematic failures that span multiple governments and political actors in northern Nigeria. Well, the Tinubu administration bears the responsibility to find solutions It is unjust and politically misleading to hold the administration solely accountable for the crisis that predates the tenure of the current president.
Former Niger State Governor Babangida Aliu didn't spare the North itself, blaming decades of elite complacency and missed opportunities for regional setbacks.
We know that there are problems, but we also know that they were not created by the current government. Many of the problems were inherited. And it has become so cumulative that many people are so discouraged.
Secretary to the government of the Federation, George Akume, insisted that the North is not being sidelined.
There has been a lot of misinformation in the political space about appointments. Nobody can accuse government of neglecting the North in terms of infrastructure. We are very much represented. I want to appeal to us all. By this conception, the North, the region that is so dear to me, will be eligible for the presidency in 2031, not 2027. I said this because I love you. We love all of you.
In his presentation, the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, revealed that over 300 bandits have been eliminated in the last 2 years, with 12,100 hostages rescued as of July 2025.
You drive from Abuja to Kaduna free at night now because we kill these bastards. Those ones you see there. Kachala Boka, Dogo Isa, Kachala Shekau. They were in control of those areas. We killed them, we feared them. Not to talk of the terrorists, those who attack our trade. And it's not that they attempted while we were here in the office 2-3 times, and we repelled them, but we don't talk. God bless you, Air Force. See the pictures of them. Look at them. None of them today is alive. And a clear warning to those who are still there. Your time is up. If you do not stop, you are going to end up as these people.
He credited the Kaduna Peace model for helping make the state over 80% safe, warning politicians not to downplay progress for partisan gains.
But you know, politics will not allow people to give us credit. It's okay, fine. It's fine. We are good with that. But Nigerians will feel it. Northerners will feel it. Things are changing. Things are changing. Wallahi to lie. I salute once again Governor Ubasani. It was very innovative, the Kaduna model. It saved us our bullets. It saved the lives of our own people. It opened the spaces. It brought sanity. Today, Berlingwari is better. Southern Kaduna is better. Most of the places in Kaduna, you still have 1 or 2, 3 places. It's not yet over. And I've told you earlier, it's not an issue that you can instantly switch off. It's a process.
As the event closed, one message resonated clearly. It is time for northern leaders to move beyond rhetorics and deliver lasting reforms, just as Sir Ahmadu Bello envisioned. Lope Asom, TVC News, Kaduna.
Many thanks, brother. Biko, you know, as of course, it's no secret. Pictures don't tell lies.
No. I think, you see, when Nuhu Ribadu was chosen as National Security Advisor, because of his police background.
Oh, yeah.
Many people, no, it's not going to work. It's going to fail. I remember on this program, I came on this program, and I said, look, it's wrong to dismiss a man until he has even had the chance to start the work. In terms of the work that Nuhu Ribadu has done on bandits, we have never had an NSA as effective as that. And I personally, on the day that we had a media chat with the president, I walked up to the president and told him that your NSA is doing a good job. I'm in position to know, because I have more than a passing interest in such matters.
Yeah.
I go to those places. As far back as 2018, I interviewed bandits. I came back earlier this year in January, I interviewed bandits again in Kaduna. I even interviewed the father of the biggest bandit in the whole of Kaduna State, Jabros.
Really?
So I'm in position to know when there's improvement in security. I'm in position to know whether the methods are working or not. And what Nuhu Ribadu has done is to bring the pictures of the bandit leaders that they have killed. Because a lot of these guys had earlier been declared wanted. And then they were wasted. So that the Kaduna-Abuja highway is no longer problematic. Okay. It's not by happenstance. It's not by accident. It is because some people are putting in the hard work.
Yeah. Call it a miracle.
There was a time here that we will come on this program. We'll be talking about the Kaduna Abuja highway. Kidnappers have struck again, this and that, especially the Niger end of it. We used to do a lot of programs. I remember one of our colleagues would say, oh, why is it that instead of discussing developmental matters, it's insecurity that we are discussing? I said, if it is the biggest story of the day, we will discuss it here. To not discuss it is to behave like we are happy that our people are being killed.
Oh, yeah.
And we will never do that. That's not our calling. So what Nuhu has done was to show, yes, this is the progress that we've made. People may not give us credit, but progress is being made. If you imagine how people were being attacked in those days, even along the Kaduna-Zaria-Kano highway, they were kidnapping people. You can bandits went into a hospital in Kaduna State, in the Zaria area. Even a leprosarium citizen.
Yes.
They went to pick people up in a leprosarium. Mad bandits. Leprosarium of all places.
Lepers.
Yes, where lepers have been taken care of. They went to kidnap people. They were going into hospitals in Kaduna State to pick people up. No one, except somebody who chooses to be blind and to be vacuous-minded, would not admit that southern Kaduna especially is a lot safer. Ubasani has done what any reasonable governor should do. Because this thing, you win some battles by not firing a shot.
Okay.
So, and that's what the NSS is referring to as the Kaduna model. The Kaduna peace model is the reason a place like Brinengwari, that used to be the most dangerous part of our country. Today, people even drive to Brinengwari in the night, and they are conducting their business. If you saw the video, the documentary that I shot in Brinengwari in January, the market was filled up, and it wasn't the only market that we visited. Before, you would know, the market was, nobody was coming to the market.
The NSA told them, Shebi, you people came by this route.
Yes, the president told them to drive down, they should go by road. That's what the president told them. Drive to Kaduna by road, all of you. And some of the ministers and other people who are reluctant to talk about their achievement.
Yes.
Mr. President said, go there, go and talk. Talk about what we are doing. Because for me, when I hear that, oh, the North is being unfairly treated, the North is, I mean, as I always say, I am a Northerner. You are not more Northern than me. I know that what you are saying is not true. If we are talking about roads are being built in Northern Nigeria. The one that we showed on the way to Kogi, is it not in Northern Nigeria?
Yeah.
The Sokoto Badagry super highway, is it not in Northern Nigeria? Crisscrossing more states than even the coastal road. Yes, it crisscrosses more states. So you cannot say that nothing is being done for Northern Nigeria. Even the Kaduna-Kano highway that Kwankwaso talked about, the portion that is bad is the Kaduna to Abuja. And it's not every part that is bad. If you drive now from Kaduna to Kano, it's way better, smoother, smooth ride. So I'm happy that at least a governor like Ubasani is showing up.
Yeah.
This same governor yesterday distributed 400 trucks of fertilizers. Do you know what that means? 400 trucks. Kaduna is today the best in our country in agriculture. I can testify to that because I was there for 3 weeks.
Now the governor is disabusing minds from his part of the country.
Yes, he said this is the president that has assisted the subnationals the most.
Yeah.
They are any more money now from the Federation account, much more than before, and they can deal with their what's it called, their bills.
Yeah.
See, today, the wage bill of Ekiti State, it says 8 billion. Wage bill, 8 billion. States are getting more money that enables them to deal with the problems confronting them. So that's what he's saying, that this president has assisted us more than any president that we've had. It may sound like music to the ears of some people,
to
but the truth is, by nature, self-evident.
Yeah.
Yes, people are hungry. There's cost of living crisis. We must admit that. The president even can't deny that. But there are some tangible things being done, and we must admit that those things are being done. And the problems were not created. Babangida Lewis in the PDP, he came to that meeting to say these problems were not created by this administration. So we have to be patient for the administration to solve those problems.
Wale, you know, the Catholic Bishop of Kaduna, friend, Matthew Hassan Kuka, said...
Of Sokoto.
Of Sokoto, rather. Okay. Said Nigeria is hurting from many sides. Before he assumed power a little over 2 years ago, President Tinubu knew as much as you and I knew. We were in a very bad place. So in retooling, a lot of things had to be done.
For me, there's nothing wrong in admitting that we have a lot of challenges now. You know, we still have insecurity problems, the problem of insecurity. We still have food crisis. But in analyzing issues, we need to be very honest.
Okay.
We need to look at issues just like
the
governor of Kaduna, said. We have to locate issues within the historical context. The present regime is just 2 years and 2-3 months in office. And we have people who want to be president of Nigeria. But all they are telling us is that, look, the North is being neglected. Are you coming to be president of the North, or you are coming to be president of Nigeria?
Of Nigeria.
So for me, what I see it as a kind of a political gimmick. It's an electoral campaign mechanism, strategy, you know. But I also think it's not a fair one. It's mischievous and it's dishonest. Because even when you are talking about the North, is who is neglected the North? Since 1960, we have had 65 years of governance. Out of this, the North has produced leaders for 46 years. The South, 19 years. If the current president spends 8 years, it's going to be 25 years versus 46 years.
And there are more ministers from the North,
of course,
than South.
The North has produced more chiefs of army staff, produced more DG of MPAs, IG of police, more finance ministers, more CBN governors. They have produced more SSG secretary to the federal government, to the government of the federation. They have produced more ministers of agriculture. They have produced more directors of customs, internal affairs. So what are you talking? Somebody has just spent 2 years, and then few months, you are saying, oh, the North is marginalized, and you want to rule Nigeria. But you are telling us that, so your agenda is just about the North. And you know what we are talking about?
It's self-defeatist.
And when we are talking about this petroleum subsidy removal, we should also not forget that the regime that left had technically removed that subsidy because there was no provision in the budget from June. Yeah. So we knew that any government that would come in
had no choice.
Whether Obi, whether Atiku, the government had no plan. It was
not appropriated for.
It was not appropriated for. So there are challenges, but in our analysis, there should be fear of God, that we should be very honest. And I'm happy that the governor of Kaduna State, that we have a lot of respect for him when we look at his background.
And besides, what we are saying is supported by pictures we brought home.
There are a lot of, even some of them are honest, a good number of them are, that's the beauty of the whole thing, who are, admit, now the Minister of State for Defense in Northern, the Minister of Defense in Northern, the National Security Advisor, Minister of Agriculture. So, And you see, when we are talking about fairness,
there are more ministers from the north
than the south,
Yeah.
because you have 19 states.
Simply put,
when you are talking about fairness, we have been very fair. We have been very tolerant. And I think that is how we can make Nigeria to work. Look at the number of invasion of our farmlands. Look at it the other way around. There are people from the south going to Kano, going to Maiduguri to invade their farms and kill Emites. 4 traditional rulers were killed in South. We were tolerant. We admitted it that, look, this is not being caused by northern leaders, but some fringe elements.
Yes,
so we need to understand. We have been so tolerant. Creation of local governments, creation of states, mostly by northern leaders under the military for 27 years. We didn't cry wolf. We didn't declare war. So I think they should give us time. That we are also part of this country. I
think it's just political.
Yeah,
an attempt to isolate the government, give the impression that, because they know that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu got more votes in northern Nigeria than southern Nigeria. So they are trying to turn the people of the north to his enemy, so that by the time they promote this kind of ugly narrative, it will be difficult for him to win the election. That the agenda is clear, because they can see that there is no other way by which he can be defeated unless you turn the back of people of the north against him. But in our country, the unwritten rule is there that power will oscillate between the north and the south.
Yeah.
And if the north had 8 years, the 8 years were not unblemished. There is no reason why the south shouldn't also have its own day in the sun. So that is the point that people are making. But governors know now, if we are to go back to what Governor Obasani said, that there is no governor who can openly oppose this president because he knows that he's been very, very helpful to them.
Yeah.
And I go back to an interview that somebody was conducting with the governor of Abia. And he tried to get the governor to criticize the president. And the governor of Abia said, no, I will not do it. If I see something wrong, I have access to him, I will call him and speak to him, rather than publicly criticize him. Even governors on the opposition, they are reluctant to do that.
Yeah.
Because they know that the president has been helpful. And look at the way the matter of the tax reform was addressed by the Senate, and especially the House of Reps under the leadership of Abbas, Tajuddin Abbas, who brought some of the best that he had in the House, the Adodoguas, the Fale case, and he told them, resolve this matter. Long after the Senate, they always say that National Assembly is rubber stamp. But more than 5 months after the Senate passed it, the House of Reps didn't pass it. They decided to do what they were convinced will make the generality of Nigerians happy. And if we look at that tax bill, which has now been passed, Lagos, a consequence of it is that Lagos will lose money from the distributable revenue from VAT. Because they've changed the module now for sharing VAT proceeds. So, thanks to people like Abbas Tajuddin, who sat down and said, no, this thing is not right. We represent the Nigerian people. We are going to do what we think is right. And it took them more than 5 months, but they made sure that they did what was right. They were not rubber stamp. If they were rubber stamp, they would have passed it as quickly as the Senate passed it. But they said, no, that was not the right thing to do. And they stood by the Nigerian people. So a lot of the narratives must change. As I always say, facts are the tools of our trade. We use...
Only comment is free.
Yes, we use the facts. we present the facts before our people and say, okay, what do you see? People can make their own informed...
Controvert the facts.
Yes, people can make their own informed opinion. And I know that the president will be grateful to the way the activist governor, Obasani, is pushing his matter. Because even on the matter of the tax reform, the meeting in Kaduna was a game changer. He had to call his colleagues and said, look, let us deal with this thing this way. This thing is not as bad as some of you are looking at it. Some people had not even read the thing before they made up their minds. I remember somebody was asked, have you read this? And I said, I've not read it, bro, from what I'm saying. Come on, you can't do that. You can't do that. If you've not read it, you shouldn't have an opinion.
Okay, then. That's done. Let the debate continue regardless. Sorry about that. The debate must continue. But then let's look at the next issue. You know, what appears to be a perceived xenophobia is brewing in Ghana towards Nigerians. Now, some Ghanaians have protested against Nigerians, accusing them of engaging in mass prostitution and indulging in ritual killings in their country. Protesters in their large numbers were seen wielding placards with various inscriptions such as "Armed robbery and violent attacks must stop." Again, "Our health at stake due to mass prostitution," etc. Now, the truth is, both Ghana and Nigeria share lots in common to institute a war of attrition in the 21st century, Wale.
Well, I'm happy that we brought this topic for discussion.
Yeah.
Because part of the responsibility of media people is to set agenda for conflict resolution. And I think we would like to see a situation where this problem is resolved to the benefit of people, you know, in both countries. The issue is that I don't think Ghanaians are against Nigerians.
In the strict sense of the word.
In the strict sense of the word. If you look at our history, for about 200 years, Nigerians have settled, especially Yoruba people, they have settled in Ghana. There is a man that left Ilorin, his name is Briama, up to today. And the problem is not even that they set up a kingdom. No.
Yeah.
This man, we had a kingdom in Kumasi, Greater Accra.
Okay.
And the current one is the 8th king over 200 years. He's a member of the Ghana Council of Traditional Chiefs. He's a Yoruba person.
Oh, really?
He's been there for over 200 years.
Please add that the late great Zik of Africa practiced journalism.
He was journalism in Ghana.
He was the editor of the paper
in 1958 or thereabout, when the then Speaker of Parliament in Ghana resigned due to health reasons, there was a certain Akinwumi that became the Speaker in
Ghana.
In the Parliament of Ghana. So we've had a long relationship. And I think that at a point, even the Hausa people, they started going to Ghana in 15th century during the rule of of the king of Kano. His name is Baja. They started moving to Ghana in large numbers. Up to today, when you go to Ghana, you see where they call Zongos. That we see a lot of.
And don't forget,
they use Hausa on national television.
Ghana was known as a gold
coast. They use Ghana as national television. They use it in their radio in Ghana. So we have built a long relationship. And I think at the time, Awolowo also built a very fertile relationship with Ghana. To the extent that OAU started studying Chui language. You know, so we should realize this historical relationship between us and exploit it to the brim. What is happening now is unusual. It's not that somebody is setting up a king. We have had kings, you know, who are of Nigerians living there. And you see, during the time of Abacha, Ghana gave us a lot of support. We used to stay in a place called Labadi. Myself, Dakpolo Nyomi, Chido Onuma, and one Mrs. Oladepo, whose husband was shot in Abeokuta. And on the day of burial, those who killed the man, they came with the suit that they took away from the victim. So the woman was traumatized, had to run to Ghana. They gave us a house located in a place called Labadi.
Okay.
Owned by people, you know, the Ga people of Ghana, who migrated from Osu. So when you are talking about Osu caste system, I mean Osu Castle in Ghana, it's named after the Osu city we have here, where the Ga people migrated in the 17th century. So we have this rich, robust historical relationship with Ghana.
Yeah.
When even when you listen to Chui, they say, when you go to the airport, they say Akwaba, Ekwabo, Akwaba. They say me bus is here. I'm coming just now. So we've had very good relationship that I don't think we should allow this thing to flounder.
Yeah.
Now what is going on is that the third migration of Nigerians into Ghana, which happened just the past 10, 15 years. A lot of people, you know, are just desperate to survive. They got to Ghana. They decided to go into crime, 419, Yahoo, manufacturing, prostitution, manufacturing fake drugs.
tampering with electricity.
Yeah,
gadgets,
so it polluted the culture of Ghanaians. I was in Ghana not too long ago, and when I got there, there was a crime, and they were broadcasting on violent crime. Then the police said that, look, those who committed this crime, they are not Ghanaians. They are not Ghanaians. They caught them about 5 days after. They happen to be Nigerians. Because there is crime in Ghana, but not violent crime. Now people go there to kidnap. They kidnap and bring people to Port Harcourt or to Lagos. They will set up a sort of scam that they want to help you to travel to Canada. And then, so a lot of people have been victims. They are in thousands. Now they are rising up to say, look, enough is enough.
Enough is already too
Ghanaians
much.
don't hate also. And I'm happy that the federal government is doing something.
Yeah.
You know, trying to go into that country and then talk to them and then work out a kind of... and I believe government can do more in terms of integration, regional integration through sports, academic exchanges, festivals, so that we can see ourselves as Africans and one people. If you don't manage it well, it can lead to a lot of sub-regional crisis.
Diplomacy is the word.
Yeah.
BKO, you know, a little bit of history will not hurt us here. Nigerians Must Go has a history.
Yeah.
During our war, 1969, at the height of our avoidable civil war, the Ghanaian president, head of state at the time, General Ankara, ordered Nigerians out of Ghana. This was due to something in the neighborhood of what he has just said. And you know, we retaliated in 1982 in the Shagari years. Ghana must go.
1983. Yes. President Shagari at that time felt that he needed to expel about 2 million undocumented immigrants, especially from Ghana. And the Ghanaians cited economic pressures and all that. But in this case, they are demanding the expulsion of Nigerians over allegations of rising crime, including prostitution, ritual killings, and economic dominance. Economic dominance can be a crime, but they are claiming that many Nigerians were responsible for missing children and rising violence in Ghanaian communities. And they even cited an Igbo king in Ghana, saying they have hijacked their land. Nigerians, on their part, believe that the Ghanaians are been persistently discriminating against them, victimizing them, especially Ghanaian landlords. And they also talked about selective enforcement of business regulations that disproportionately affect Nigerian-owned enterprises or entrepreneurs. When Nigerians get to a place, they are so aggressive in the area of business that within a short time, they begin to do very well. I remember when IGI got to Ghana, within a short time, IGI became so successful that the then IGI CEO, Olowude, even demanded for a fresh license to set up another insurance company. We are very enterprising. We are very aggressive and goal-oriented when it comes to business. But we also have to be careful. We must be good ambassadors of our country wherever we find ourselves. Going to another country to peddle drugs, that is illicit drugs, is not what any country will accept. And some Nigerians have actually been sentenced to death and executed for exporting illicit drugs to other countries. We have demanded that drug trafficking, the punishment for drug trafficking in our country is like a slap in the wrist, that let us do our best to come up with proportionate punishment for drug trafficking. America arrested a serving president of a country because
Noriega.
Manuel Noriega, because that was in 1989, December 1989, because they felt that his activities and his support for illicit drugs was destroying the lives of their children. So there's no way that our people will go to Ghana and be involved in the things that they are talking about, like drug trafficking like ritual killing, you know, and all that, and even crime. That you should expect that the people, their blood will boil. You should expect that they will not take kindly to it. But what gives me joy is that the president, the federal government is not quiet. A special envoy has been sent to Ghana to meet with the president so that diplomatically they can look at this issue and try to solve it. That's Bianca Ojukwu, the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs. She went to Ghana. And the president of Ghana has already said Nigeria is not a country that they can abandon. We pointed because we go back a long time.
We are rich, potentially rich.
No, it's not even. We have a good relations. It's not. It's not all about money. Even in terms of our history, there is a lot of alignment, if I can use that word, in terms of even the history of Nigeria and Ghana. When you talk about coup in Nigeria, almost at the same time, you see something like that happening in Ghana.
No, our first coup was in January. Ghana's first coup was in February 1966.
Jerry Rawlings surrender power in 1979. Obasanjo also surrendered power shortly after Jerry Rawlings in 1979, not before him. Because some people will say Obasanjo was the first to willingly. Of course, that is historically untrue.
Untrue, yeah.
Jerry Rawlings handed over to civilians before Obasanjo. And then
let me
the same within a short time.
Yeah.
The military chased away civilians in our country. About that same time was when the Ghanaians also chased away the military in their country. So we are too interconnected as two countries from the West Coast.
Yeah, I was going to
be fighting one another.
You know, musically speaking.
The Ghanaian, High Life. High Life came from Ghana.
The Ghanaian group, Uhuru Dance Band, at a time was led by a Nigerian, Wale, Samuel Obot, and Joe Mensah, the great Nigerian Ghanaian musician.
High Life musician.
And did a collaboration with the late Victor Olaiya. So there's. That's
what I'm saying, that we go back a long time, and we are too interconnected as two countries from the West Coast for this sort of thing to be happening. I know that in some cases, what the Nigerians are saying, that unfair and selective enforcement of business regulations, I know that there's a level of truism about it. But we should also clean up our act. We cannot export bad behavior to another country and expect that we won't be resisted. We have to realize that. Because even in other countries too, we are being resisted where we are misbehaving. Look at what happened in UAE, for example, where they had to impose a visa ban because of the irresponsible behavior of some Nigerians. Some Nigerians took, what's it called, cultism. Did you see a video of Nigerians carrying machetes in Dubai, chasing one another, cultists? So countries will move against us when some of our people
misbehave.
They will move against our people in those places. We can only call for calm at this time because it's not everyone that is guilty. So don't tar everybody with the same brush.
That's it.
I want to be able to go to Ghana. And move around freely.
When you are going, take me up. Well, quickly. What was I going to say? My people will have a saying. While you are warning the mother hen to keep the chicks safely, you must also talk to the hawk.
Oh, yeah. We have a similar...
But the hawk must survive now.
Yes.
And they can only survive by it.
So,
we won't take your advice.
Well, you know, they say when you are in Rome...
Behave like Romans.
So, we must apply the brakes here. Time is the master. But not before thanking Babajide Kolade Otitoju. BKO, thank you for your intervention.
Thank you.
And no less so, Adewale Adeoye, thank you for
thank you very much
for your for weighing in.
Thank you.
Yeah. So our job is done, and that will just about do it for the show on today. You know, if you missed any part of this, not to worry. Join us later tonight at 11:30. But the regular episode of this show takes our airtime at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Watch us then. We are also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Citizen Jones Usen. On behalf of the Backroom Boys, I say thank you and take care of yourself.
Hello, fellow Nigerians. I'm Larry Saunilu, the Director General of the National Orientation Agency. Our relatively short history since independence, remarkable achievements have unfolded. However, we can only acknowledge these successes if we choose to focus on the positive. Remember, you cannot see the light if you keep your eyes closed. Great things are happening to many Nigerians. Our country is a land of opportunities for those who are positive. At the National Orientation Agency, we are committed to highlighting the many uplifting stories under the Renewed Hope agenda. We invite you to listen to the testimonies of fellow Nigerians who are experiencing the positive impact of government initiatives and Nigerian environment. Nigeria is thriving for millions in extraordinary ways, but it requires a mindset of optimism and a heartfelt love for our country to truly appreciate this progress. Join us on this journey of growth. Our cup is half full, not half empty.